Kerri now enters the Sports Weekend Spotlight.
Finally, some curling to talk about. We had it all, didn't we, today? Some made shots, some missed shots. I don't know where Colleen went. I can't see her right now. Colleen, are you there?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
I can see you look great. I love your plaid outfit. I love your toque. I see the plants. You haven't killed them. This is good. And you're right. Curling. And there was a little bit of rust, wasn't there? Did you notice that? You know, some people had draw weight. People were still struggling with draw weight, depending on where.
There you are, Colleen. I couldn't see you that entire time, but there you are. You're on the show.
Just like that.
So listen, we're going to be leaning on you heavy tonight, Skipper, because like I said, we saw a bunch of stuff today out on the ice, a bit of drama. We had some breaking news with a postponed game due to illness. We'll get more on that. We have Kerri Einarson joining us really shortly here, one of the teams affected by that postponement. But that game earlier today between Saskatchewan and PEI looked like Saskatchewan had it in the bag. 5-1 lead, and then it unraveled for Kerri Einarson in Saskatchewan, Colleen.
And certainly one of the stories of the game for both Suzanne Burt and Kerri Einarson was a bit of a struggle with draw weight. I think Anderson finished the game for draw weight percentage a little under 50%. So it's that feeling of the touch shot sometimes when you've been off the ice for a long time that takes the longest to come back. You can hit all day, but sometimes the draw takes a little bit to get that feel back. And I think that's what we saw in that game. But take a look at the shot Anderson had to win it against Burt. One of her favorite things to do is hit. And she had a hit. Here's how things wound up.
Final stone here in 10. Just make it go away here for Kerri Einarson.
Clean up. 9-7. Whoa. Clean. Hey. Curl.
Don't want to jam it.
Oh, right.
And she will.
One red.
Wow.
In some ways, it was almost like they got caught between the call.
Right. And Colleen, we were talking about that because one of the things I noticed that I wanted you to talk about was the fact that you didn't hear a lot of communication halfway down the sheet. And like you said, they were stuck in between. So what are we seeing there? You had to make a decision.
Well, first off, communication is a practiced art. So none of these teams have been on the ice a lot to get in that rhythm of communicating. The other thing that when you don't hear communicating on a shot means is that the third in the house and the skip don't even know what to do with it. You know, it's not up to the sweepers there. They know it's hit weight. Should you sweep it early? Should you try to make a curl? There was none of that. It was almost like, oh dear, what do we do with this? And we were on the Zoom call after with Kerri Einarson, and she just, you could tell.
Well, you remember what she said. She was really frustrated. I asked her about that. I said, how do you shake this off? She said, well, I go back to the hotel room and I kick a few things around. She's a pro. She's been here before. She's on the ice again tonight. That's what you want to do, Colleen. You want to get right back out there and undo the wrongs. Isn't that the case?
It's absolutely the case to kind of fix it. You also don't want to get off to a slow start in an event like this. And you don't want to ever let a win that you think should have been yours get away from you. And that's really what happened to Saskatchewan. Certainly, Suzanne Burt and Team PEI, they had a Houdini win there. Sometimes that evens out in the long round robin, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes those losses you get
right
to haunt you.
You need a little luck over the course of a long haul at the Scotties, but you also need a lot of skill. So we saw a jam shot on the last rock, and then just a short time ago, you see Laura Walker, Team Alberta. What a beauty double to end it. Let's take a look at that, and I'll get you to react to that. But look at how Laura Walker won the game just a short time ago.
Laura Walker, final stone. Make the double.
Whoa, up.
And end it right here.
Yes!
Oh, you got to stay with it. Stay with it all the way. Michelle Brown got it. Spill it.
Pistol.
One more. Oh, you bet a pistol. Great shot.
Good game. Good game.
Nice to see that confidence from Laura Walker. So they improved to 2. What is their stat? They are
at your board. They're 2-0, and guess what? Laura Walker's undefeated as a mom at the Scotties. She's got baby Liam in the bubble with Jeff. Look at that.
I hope baby Liam sleeps through the night for Laura Walker, because I'll tell you, as a new mom and having curled with a baby before, trying to combine the two is exhausting. So kudos to her.
So
and what a beautiful baby.
Beautiful baby. That's going to be a theme tonight. It is a family affair here on That Curling Show. We're going to get into it, but we have the skip. The defending champion skip of the Scotties, Kerri Einarson, joining us tonight on That Curling Show. She's been sitting around the hotel all day, Colleen, because we talked about it. We talked about the fact that there was that postponement. She's going to join us on the show right now. I believe she's been waiting patiently. And there she is. Kerri, good to see you. Welcome to the show. How are you? You've been sitting around for a long time today. Tell us how the day unfolded with this postponement, what you were told, and how the team has been communicating.
Yeah, we got up this morning. I had my breakfast and started getting ready around 10:30. And even braided Val's hair for her, got her ready.
So talented.
And then got a text from Heather asking us to come over. She wanted to talk with us. And then we got the news that our game was postponed, which was it was pretty sad.
How does this affect you going forward for the Monday morning game, like the juggle of the schedule for you now?
We've been doing a lot of juggling lately. We're getting used to this. This is just what happens with Team Einarson and Team Canada. It is what it is. We just laugh it off, and like a lot of things get thrown at you. So especially in a pandemic. So, we just said, okay, that's fine. As long as we can get on the ice today and practice, and which we did for about 25 minutes. We got in some throws, so which was nice to be able to do that. And so now we're ready for tomorrow's 2 games.
You know what? I love that spunk and attitude, because let's face it, after you've had the cancellation of a world championship on you, nothing else is going to faze you for the rest of your life. Okay. You've done your penance for sure. Kerri, I talked to you after you were preparing for the Scotties on that frozen lake. And then I said, are you going to go back out? And you said, Colleen, it's -40. So no, I'm afraid to get sick. But tell me why that, out in the lake practice was sort of good for you. What did you get from it?
It's like COVID has ruined lots of things. Yes. But that is something I would have never, ever done. I would have never thought of, like, let's go throw some rocks in the lake, so I look at it that way, as I got to do something special with my girls as well. I got to take them out there and throw rocks. That little rock that's right there, those are my brothers. So when he passed away, we donated rocks to the curling rink in Petersfield, and it's got his name on it. And I know my children were pretty excited to be able to throw in the lake with those. And my husband fishes. So it was just it was pretty neat.
You just gave me serious goosebumps. Can you see them all the way there?
Colleen's got the goosebumps. Everybody got into the act. We're going to ask you about your daughters, because I know how important they are to you, Kerri. There they are, right there. That was a snap I took after your Scotties win in Moose Jaw. They were your #1 fans, ready to meet you. How are you staying in touch with the girls in the bubble? Because I know they're missing you.
That just makes me tear up. It's difficult, but I'm managing. Not having my husband and my girls here it's tough. But we got a collage happening in Heather's room, and I've got this picture beside my bed that I have. They know that they're with me, and I FaceTime them as much as possible. And I asked them if they watched the game last night. Well, Mom, I kind of fell asleep. It's like, all right, well, I don't blame you. But they were pretty excited to know that.
Yeah, Kerri, I remember when my boys would say that to me, that they didn't watch. I'm going, okay, if you don't care. But listen, pull that photo up again for us, Kerri. Was that the time your daughters wore your jerseys to school.
Yeah. And it was pretty funny because when they came home, I said, "Oh, so what other jerseys were being worn?" "Oh, Jets jerseys." I was like, "Yeah, I figured there would just be Jets jerseys being worn."
Listen, how was that first win for you?
Oh, I felt good. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, but they were good nerves. First rock of the game, I'm throwing a run back. I'm like, "All right, Kerri, just don't fall and make contact." I came sliding out. I was shaking, but I made contact, so that was great.
You know what? Every Saturday night beer league curler is just going, wow, even she feels that way.
Relatable content.
We love that.
I want to jump in here real quick and talk about the celebration in Moose Jaw last year, Kerri, because the only thing open in Moose Jaw on a Sunday night at the Scotties is a Boston pizza. And I'll never forget it for as long as I live. We're all there trying to get something to eat. And you walk in and the place erupts and goes crazy. It was such a sort of quintessential Canadian moment. Tell me about what that was like. You just won the Scotties. Now you're in a Boston pizza in Moose Jaw celebrating.
Oh, that felt so amazing to walk in and everyone just standing up and cheering for you. And I got goosebumps as well. It's such an amazing feeling. And having all that support. And I really do have amazing fan base, family, and friends. And it's really great.
Tell me about your expectations and how do you kind of handle that for the rest of the week? You know, as the defending Canadian champ, usually coming in as a Team Canada, by the way, Devin, you probably know this, it's a little unnerving because you haven't had the provincials, but this year everyone's in the same boat as you, Kerri. Tell me about your expectations.
We still have very high expectations. I know we haven't played much, but it's kind of like riding a bike. You've been doing it for so many years, and yeah, you might get a little more sore than you would normally would have, because coming into this event, we would likely play over 60 games by now. But we did a lot of off-ice stuff to be able to prepare for this. But yeah, we're just taking it one game at a time and focusing on just being consistent and supporting each other and just really going out and having fun and enjoy being Team Canada. It's the first time we got to be Team Canada.
Right. Yeah.
It looks awesome on you. You know, no Worlds this year yet. What are your fingers and toes crossed if somehow that comes through?
Yeah, I'm really hoping that something can come through for us. Haven't even heard of anything. My husband just said to me, he's like, "You could be like the first curler to ever win twice and not go to a World." Twice. I'm like, "Kyle, do not." But I laughed, and it's true. With it being canceled right now, yeah, you just don't know.
Good luck the rest of the way, Kerri. We got to move on. So gracious with your time. Sharing your time with us. Good luck the rest of the week.
And love ya. You're awesome.
Thank you. Love you guys. Thanks.
See you later.
Take care.
Good luck.
Beautiful, beautiful, Colleen. I talked about off the top, the family affair. You see how much the girls mean. Everybody's isolating. Everybody's doing what they have to do to get on the ice. And that's going to be the theme throughout the night. And I know we're going to an awesome curling family. From Kerri, we're going to the Couys, the awesome Couy curling family from the Northwest Territories. We're going to bring them on the show. I talked to Fred earlier today. I talked to Kerri. They're pumped. Fred would always be at the Scotties. He's at the Briar. We know Fred because he's usually waving his flag. Let's take a look at one of his antics at the Olympics in Pyeongchang.
Huge saver in this one.
Wow. Run with the flag, Dad.
Run with the flag, Dad. We're gonna be bringing Fred and Kerri on a little bit later, but first of all, we need to go to a really, really important story, one that I've been telling out of the home province of Saskatchewan. A story, Colleen, that rocked the curling world, no doubt. The tragic loss of Allie Jenkins, 30 years old, unimaginable, died giving birth to their beautiful baby, Sydney. And Allie one day dreamed of one day playing at the Scotties, and Team Anderson, of course, she was a part of the team. They're carrying her with her at this year's Scotties. They're always with her. We're always thinking of Allie. And I caught up with the family in Warman earlier this past fall, and take a look.
Yeah.
Had the best life in the world. Everything was perfect. And then you get sent to rock bottom pretty quickly. You don't really know what rock bottom is till you hit it.
October 20th, the last time Scott would see his wife, Allie Jenkins, died giving birth to Sydney, the tragic outcome of a rare complication during childbirth, almost unthinkable for a healthy 30-year-old.
15 years together, you had someone by your side, best friend, and then, yeah, it was special.
Jenkins. It's like, take me to Dad. Dad, you're watching me today.
Martin.
What is going
on?
Curling, her second love, and it was her dream to one day play in the Scotties.
She'd been training and practicing like crazy, and she would have been upset that all these tournaments are canceled and COVID's in the way. I could already hear, but yeah, it's definitely that time of the year where she had a different jump in her step.
Allie Jenkins, Scott's best friend, still by his side 1 year later.
We're going day by day still, one step at a time. Take on the new first, the new seconds, just keep carrying on with this life and trying to make it as most enjoyable for these kids as possible, and make sure they have a good time and learn and laugh and listen and become an amazing mother, friend, wife like their mom was.
And we have Scott joining us now. Scott, before we begin, let me just say thank you to you and the family. You've got the kids with you tonight. How are you? There's Brady. Take us inside the home. Hi, Brady. How are you?
Honestly, Devin, it was crazy. I had this plan, get all set up, get organized, and I think people with kids understand that it doesn't work out that way. I got kids running around everywhere. They're playing mini sticks, they're playing football and Barbies everywhere in this house. So
yeah. The best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. You know that old saying, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, how beautiful a tribute for Allie with Kerri Einarsson's team bringing out that jersey. I mean, it gives us goosebumps. I mean, you must find it so obviously emotional, but yet proud that no one is forgetting Allie.
It truly is. I was shocked, but I knew they would do it. I had a feeling when they were announced that they were going, that team, they loved her and Allie loved them, that they would do something to honor her, because obviously that was her goal, to be there. Unfortunate that she's not there, but they're doing her proud, and I hope they have lots of fun.
Scott, you and I have had so many conversations, and the curling community really wrapped their arms around you in some of your darkest days. And I remember that touching tribute a year ago, a sold-out Mosaic Place in Moose Jaw. Maybe just talk to me about the power of the curling community, what they've meant to you. So many Canadians, so many people around the world have cared about your family, and nobody is forgetting Allie.
It was quite amazing. I remember talking with Curling Canada, and they asked if I wanted to be on the ice for the tribute, and I was a little scared. I had to sleep on it. Obviously, I didn't know if I could keep it together on the ice. Didn't want to be ugly crying in front of the nation, so I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But I remember waking up and hearing a voice from above and saying, get on the ice. The people want to see you and the kids, so get on the ice. So we manned up and we got out there and we did it. And honestly, truly, everyone, it's been amazing. Everyone's just been so generous and so kind and reaching out, and we're forever grateful for everyone in the curling community and the country. It's amazing.
Probably doesn't surprise you though, does it? Because it seems like, in a way, the curling community family just does that. It becomes one big family.
They really do. And Allie always mentioned that. And you don't see it until you really need it, I guess. And they're there for you. And I know, unfortunately, there's going to be something down the road that, I got another guest.
That? Bring her.
Yeah, Brady.
Yeah. Change
I
the
think,
lap.
I think we got Miss Avery.
Oh.
How are you, Miss Avery?
Hey, let's
Can you
see
say hi?
what do we got there?
Look at this. I got Sydney too wants to see the action. Can you say hi?
Is that a bunny rabbit?
It was funny, Devin, actually, when you guys were doing the tribute, we had that 3 days of the cameras on us. You guys were at our house in Warman, and we were traveling to Moose Jaw, and I remember you guys leaving, and we're driving back, and Brady just loved the camera. I remember him just, video me doing this, and I was like, and we're driving back. He's like, "Where's the cameras, Dad?" I'm like, "We're not the Kardashians. We're not going to have cameras on us all the time." he got so used to it, and he wants a camera on him now all the time. So
does Devin.
Scott,
Devin can relate to that, Scott.
I do love the camera. Hi, Avery. Hi, Avery. It's nice to see you.
Hey, go see.
Scott, it's such a beautiful family. Tell me about how everyone is doing. You're in the new home. You're getting used to it. Tell me what's going on at that home.
You've got a full house, Devin. That's what this is called.
I have class.
I can tell you, it's. Come here, Sid. I think they want to.
Yeah, you go. It's just
no. I'm grabbing Sydney. People want to see Sydney.
Okay. Hi, Sydney.
There we go.
She's your miracle baby, Scotty, and she's healthy and she's happy and she's a whippersnapper and she's beautiful.
She literally is the light. Like everything that went wrong that day, there's a bright light in her, and how much she's grown up. It keeps me busy, but we love it. It's her last Allie's last miracle for us, and she fought to keep Sydney alive and be in the NICU, and the nurses and doctors, the work they did to keep her alive. It's we're forever grateful for it.
Wow. I don't even know where to go after this part of the show, Devin.
I know. I just one last thing, because Scotty, you and I talked about it. Tomorrow is Sandra Schmirler Foundation Day. You raised, I believe, $10,000 with the Allie Jenkins Memorial Golf Tournament. Something that's going to happen. How can people donate and help out with this and all the work you're doing in keeping Allie's legacy alive?
Honestly, tomorrow during that telethon on the Facebook Live, I think you just tune in, watch it, donate what you can, and help out. We're living the reality of saving someone's life with the new machines, and I think if we all pitch in and help out and raise some funds to a good foundation, it's going to save lives. These doctors and nurses are amazing. You get them the right tools, they're going to save kids' lives, and I think that's big. So tomorrow, tune in and let's raise some funds for them.
Scott, well said. And so nice of you to join us and share your beautiful kids. I know, as Devin always calls it, messy house. What you've got is a busy house.
It's very busy here. And the first time live, I like when it was edited and I could say something stupid and then Devin would edit it out. And
no, we just keep saying stupid stuff on this show. It's that curling show.
You did a great job, Scotty. Lots of love to you and the
lots of love.
family. And thank you, continuous thanks for your courage and vulnerability. You're living it, and we are so grateful for it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Nice joining
you. Nice seeing you.
With us.
Incredible, Colleen.
Lovely story.
I admire his strength, no doubt.
And Allie's memory is just so very much alive in the curling world. So that's terrific. Now, earlier, because this show is just shaping up to be all about the curling family and the love. And you'd mentioned Fred Couey and showed that waving of the flag that he's so famous for when he's running around.
Let's see it again. Let's see it again.
Huge saver in this one.
Wow. Run with the flag, Dad.
Go, Fred, go. And there he is. Kerri.
And
How
Kerri,
are
hi, you guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, my goodness.
Fred, where are you? Fred, where are you? How are you? Give us the update.
I'm in Whitehorse and, busy watching your show and watching the curling events on TV. It's awesome to have curling back, and all the people up north are very, very enthusiastic to get back and watch TV.
Fred, how hard is
The only sad thing is I was hoping to be down there, watch my daughter in person.
Yeah, how hard is that not to be able to be there?
You wanted to be there, Fred.
Go ahead.
You wanted to be there, but I think there's Kerri, maybe you can jump in too here. I think there's a cardboard cutout of your dad in the stands. Have you found it yet?
Yeah, I sent my dad pictures of it yesterday. He wanted Jamie, Kevin, and he requested a cardboard cutout for his birthday. So we delivered. We got him one. He's in the front row.
Nice. With a flag?
With 2 flags, 2 Northwest Territories flags.
Nice. Kerri, let's talk about the big news of the day, and that's somebody on your team got sick, and now your game was canceled. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It was finally great to be on the ice last night. We controlled that game, and we let it slip away, as we saw a few games that happened today as well. So felt great to be back. But then this morning, my coach Jim Waite texted me when I woke up and said, "We have a problem." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Call me when you wake up." And I texted him and I said, "What's the problem? Like, what could possibly be wrong?" And one of my players was pretty sick. She was up all night and not feeling well. So there's protocols in place. We all have to be quarantined to our rooms again. The player had a COVID test, and so we're waiting for results on that. So we've all literally just been sitting in our rooms all day waiting, and hopefully we have the results back so we can play tomorrow morning against Nova Scotia.
Yeah. You're thinking it's food poisoning?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've already had 3 negative COVID tests, and we're thinking just ate something. I'm not sure. We found the arena really dry last night too. We were all pretty dehydrated. I don't think we actually refueled properly, which, we're veterans. We should know that's the number 1 rule to, stay hydrated and refuel. And I don't think that happened. And I think she was just a bit dehydrated and not feeling amazing last night. And it just, So we're pretty sure it's not COVID. So hopefully she's already back on the mend. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Fred, how nervous are you when you're watching your kids?
Oh, I'm always keeping an eye on everything. I have the TV on when they're on. I have my computer on and my little iPhone too, to keep up on statistics and who's doing what, and watching everything that I can.
Maybe if we can get both of you to talk about it. Kerri, I'll never forget, and Fred, I'll never forget when I got to come and visit you guys in Yellowknife, and we were dog sledding, and we went to the Yellowknife Curling Club, and we spent some great time together. And there is the Yellowknife Curling Club and the Cooey family that we've come to love. There's such a pride, Kerri and Fred, in the North. Fred, you've talked about how curling has really connected your family. Maybe if you can both talk about just the pride you have curling out of the North and how it's really bonded your family together and what it's meant to you guys.
Well, it's it's been a lifelong dream for me to see my children at the levels they're at. Kerri was a little late starter from Kevin and Jamie, but she's the one that's been at the most events. And now we have Kevin, who's a world champion. And, we went to the Olympics where you showed that clip. That was a dream, I guess, just to watch and cheer cheer these kids on. They're not kids anymore, but we have a granddaughter, Kerri's daughter, who's up and coming, and the next generation of Cooeys, I believe.
Wow.
Tell us about that, Kerri, because I know you've spent a lot of time on the ice with your daughter.
Yeah, I actually took a more active role in coaching this year because I was home a lot more than I normally am. So my teammate Margot, who moved to Yellowknife, and I have been working with 9, 11, and 12-year-old girls up in Yellowknife, and they're so good. And especially my daughter, she's going to be way better than me, way better. She's 11 and she's amazing. She has spared for us a little bit in some league games and some spiels, and she's really coming along, and I'm so excited. So when I'm done curling, I'm excited that I'll still get to be involved and put my coaching hat on. So it's great. But
you're not,
Kevin,
you're not going anywhere fast, right, Kerri? You're not going anywhere fast.
Like in terms of retirement, you mean?
Yeah. You're not you're going to be around for a while yet, right?
I don't know about that, but we'll see. One more year for sure.
Well,
I was gonna say Kevin's his girl too, Ava and Lila. I got to watch Ava a lot this past season on Facebook Live, her team, and it was so cool to watch her curl, and it's really neat. So the 3 Cooey girls are gonna be pretty good curlers, I think.
Wow. That is a lookout. We'll be following the Cooey clan for years to come, Devin. I'll be really old. But Kerri, it was so wonderful to play against you last year at the Canadian Mixed, and you were in fine form, so you're a long way from retirement. Fred, great to see you. Do you have your flag there, by the way?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. We'd have you run out and see the Northern Lights or something, but we won't do that. We won't do that.
So many thanks for your family. You provided us with so many great moments, and I know there are a lot more to come. So great to see you, Fred and Kerri. Good luck. Stay safe and healthy in the bubble. Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Colleen.
Yeah.
For having us.
Good luck, Kerri. Good having you with us.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank
you. From all the way from Whitehorse.
Awesome.
It does seem weird. I mean, he's a cardboard cutout there, but you're so used to seeing Fred Cooey at both the Scotties and at the Briar. It's hard not to see him running around the rink. I don't know how he's getting his exercise without doing that, by the way. So I hope
I'm sure he's in the living room waving the flag and all the things. He said he was worried about hitting some of the furniture and stuff in the house. There are so many great curling families in this country, Colleen. Over the years, we've seen them. I know in Saskatchewan, we've been so honored and humbled to have the Richardson brothers of the past win so many championships. Take a look at that photo.
Ernie Richardson and his cousins and brothers. I don't remember which combination they are. I met Sam in Regina. He was lovely, but I met Ernie and was so honored and humbled when I did, because talk about a classy man. They won 4 Briars. So there's one of the famous families other than the Cooeys. It'd be the Richardsons.
There are more. There are more. I'm sure there are more. Take a look at these 2.
John and Earl Morris. Wow, they've won a lot together. Earl is coach, but of course, Earl went to how many Briars with 3 different provinces because he worked in the Canadian Armed Forces. And so an amazing legacy. And John, his legacy is incredible. And the Lowry sisters, Connie, Corinne, and Janet. We lost Janet Arnott, who of course coached Jennifer Jones. This was a terrific curling sisterhood. And that's also Chris Pizzarco, or Chris Moore, as her married name. They won a Canadian in '84. They beat me in the final, darn it.
And how about this? I mean, how many curling wins are there in this photo, Colleen?
We can't even count them up that many. I mean, there are a lot. I mean, Russ and Glenn Howard fronting the Howard dynasty. And we know what a great season Ashley Howard, Russ's daughter, had.
For sure.
Wow. I mean, she was on a 13-0 run this season, and it looked like a magical year for her until COVID disrupted things. So certainly the Howard dynasty is certainly one of the royal families of curling in this country.
All right, we got to keep it going. We're winding down, but we have a great finish coming up. Colleen, I know this part. We're bringing on a couple of fans who are near and dear to you. You have an awesome connection with these two. I'm so excited that we have Derek and Joey joining us on the show. Because
there's Joey Taylor, Derek Niver, and look who that is at the front of the...
What's going on here?
I was officiating. I was this prize officiator at their... I married them, didn't I, guys? Derek and Joey, are you here? You guys look... that was the best wedding I've ever been to. Hi, you guys.
Hey, guys.
I love you. I miss you.
Miss you too.
This whole show has been about kind of the curling family. And I'll never forget, Derek, you called me one night and said, would you think about, what birthday was it for Joey?
It was not, I think it was number 30. My 30th. Yes, it's 30th.
And I didn't know them. I didn't know them. And I can't come for the birthday, but why don't you come to Nova Scotia for some lobster in the summer? And they did. And honestly, if such a thing as kindred spirits, we were that. And the next thing you know, they came down another day. We did the Nova Scotia winery tours, and they said, "Hey."
So hold on here. Tell me about when you asked Colleen to officiate the wedding. How did that go down? What sort of deliberation was it? And good to see you both. But tell me about how that went down.
Well, Joey's like super shy, and he was so scared to ask. We were actually in the back seat of her car. Her husband was driving, and then
to our Just Wine No Whining tour.
Yes,
we were.
And then Joey's like hitting me, ask her. And I said, like, we don't want to put a lot of pressure on you about because it was a bit of a stretch of a request. We said, would you marry us in Ottawa? She said, yeah, sure. It was like it was the most like there was so much anxiety pent up into the ask, and it was such a simple yes for sure. So anyway,
isn't that a lesson for life? Yeah.
But you know why I wanted Joey and Derek here tonight? And I texted Joey, would you come on the show tonight? Okay, do we have their cardboard cutouts? I don't think you're by Fred Cooey. But Derek and Joey have literally planned vacations, although I know maybe Derek would sometimes rather be at a baseball or a football game instead. But around Scotties, how many Scotties have you two been to now?
Well, so our first one was Kingston, was 2013. And we missed one or two in between, but Sydney, Moose Jaw, and can I just say something about I saw Kerri, and we were there cheering for our friends on Team Holman, and I think one of the great things about this sport is, and I'm a big Ottawa Senators fan, so when we beat the Leafs, I love it. But in curling, you don't relish seeing the other team lose; you love seeing your team win. And we were at the Boston Pizza when Kerri walked in that night. And we were happy to join in that ovation, although Kerri just beat our girls. And, anyway, so I think that's one of the great things about curling. It is the family.
I'm going to ask producer Sophie, does she have the picture to show of you two? Because I see you now. I'm seeing you like 40 times.
You guys.
There they are. Second row. Joey, I love that you wore a suit.
Well, you know me, right? You have to dress up for the occasion. It's once a year.
Well, you guys, because you look good, you curl good. We know this. We're winding down, but Derek, I know someone important to you. You wanted to give a shout out, so take it away, and let us know who you want to give a shout out to on the show tonight.
Yeah, so I want to first say hi to my mom and dad in Pembroke, Pat and Lucille. I want to say hi to my friend Kim Rudd in Coburg. And we wanted to give a special shout out to our great friend Scott Harcourt and our friends at the Royal Curling Club in Toronto. Scott passed away a couple weeks ago. And Colleen, he was the biggest fan of yours. And truth be told, at the Gay Nationals at the Mayflower, you didn't lock your locker. So all the guys were going down taking photos with all your jackets. And nothing was stolen, everything was returned. But Scott was one of the guys who went down. And the only bigger thrill of his life than doing that was meeting you at our wedding. And Scott was not only a good friend, but also a pioneer in the gay curling world, being, he was part of that initial group. He wrote the rule book on how to do it, and we lost him 2 weeks ago. So we wanted to dedicate the spirit of family and fun to our friend Scott Harcourt.
Oh, that is so nice.
Awesome. Curling, certainly for everyone. And I know you guys have been a big part of that too. And I'm so glad you could be on the show tonight with us.
I think Scott won 3 Canadian.
3 in a
games.
row.
3 in a row with Liam and Steven and Carl. They're the Colleen Jones, Team Colleen Jones of the gay curling world. They definitely are. Iconic.
So nice. But Joey, you're me, right? I mean, let's just be clear about that.
Oh, no. Our team is you. But yeah.
Joey won 2.
I'm wearing the Nova Scotia colors.
Okay. Nice.
Maddie's sisters from Nova Scotia.
It looks good, Robin, Maddie.
2017 World Championship.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Joey, we're the same size.
I was just going to say it fits like a glove. Unbelievable.
No, guys,
we got to keep going.
Love you guys, and I can't wait to have you back for lobster. Okay.
Thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Take care. Bye.
Whew.
I know, but and just a shout out. I mean, with Scott being so foundational in the LGBTQ inclusiveness in curling communities, that has been a beautiful thing, and he did a lot of the groundwork. So many thanks, and we lost a very valuable member of the curling community.
Okay, we're 19 minutes away from more curling, and we know everybody wants to get to that, but we've all been waiting for the sheet show. Benny Heaves, the sheet show.
What is that?
Benny, look at you. How are you?
You look good.
Wow, what have we been doing for the last year? We can't curl. We got to work on the guns here. You got to stay tight.
Come on, let's see the guns. You're ready to go.
I would never do that. Come on. How's everybody doing?
Listen, because you tweeted earlier about whether or not you would keep this clean. Okay, if I need to, I will.
Well, here's the thing. When I do my sheet show, they edit me and they beat me properly. Hey, I'm a total pro. I can keep it clean. CBC Sports, I will respect that. But, I mean, it's just YouTube, so we can let it fly a little bit, eh?
A little bit, couldn't we? Listen, what do you watch when you're watching The Bubble and the women? What are you thinking, and are you learning anything, or is it like a bit of a sheet show itself?
No, I'm loving it. You know what? I mean, I got a lot of good friends in there, and I've been really excited to watch the curling here the last 2 weeks. I've been like nervous, like thinking I'm going and just watching the Scotties. I've never been so pumped to watch the Scotties or curling in general. Mm-hmm. But it's been good. I mean, to see all the protocols they're going through. Obviously, a lot of hard work from Curling Canada to get it rolling. TSN, and then the players, doing their due diligence to make sure, like, how many tests have they had? Like over 100, and everybody negative, so thumbs up to the ladies. We need that to go good, obviously, if we want to get in there. So I'm very grateful, and yeah, just pumped and kicking back and watching the gals scouting the ice and the rocks and the teams and doing a little gambling online. You can gamble on the ladies. I love it. So it's been super fun.
Okay, so give us some picks. Who are you putting money on?
Oh, my girl Laura Walker won me a little cash this afternoon with that nasty little Alberta double. I love that. But I've been I've lost a couple. I've dabbled here and there, but I've been doing okay. I mean, I'm up a little bit. It's nothing that's going to help pay the mortgage or anything like that. But it's just entertaining and fun to stay involved. And it's been great.
Ben, when you look at that 18-team pool for the Brier coming up and the who's who of the curling world, and now we're just top 3 make the playoffs, like, what's the strategy going into that? Just don't lose.
No, the strategy is this. Try to finish first in the round robin, win the final. That's it for us.
Instant analysis with Ben Hebert tonight.
Yeah, me and Johnny Moe were talking about it. We were practicing last week. He goes, Benny, it's easy. Finish first in the round robin, win the final. That's our goal.
I can hear Johnny saying that.
Hey, he's dead serious. Couldn't be more serious.
How awesome is it having Johnny Moe there?
Oh, it's the best, man. Total breath of fresh air having him back. Didn't realize how special we had it curling with him and Kevin Mark back in the day, just because we were so accustomed to winning and everything kind of coming easy. And our little break we had there. I mean, we haven't curled. It was 7 years we took off curling together, right? And he's a new guy, and I love him. I've always loved him, but having him back as a teammate's refreshing, and having a motivated John Morris is a beautiful thing, because he is a nasty, nasty curler, and I'm grateful to have him.
What have you been doing, Ben? I mean, you and I had a conversation, I think, a couple of weeks ago. It's been a long haul for everybody. We've been locked away. Curling is finally back. What's come up for you over all of this, and do you have a different perspective on the game?
Oh yeah. I think Colleen has she'll be able to relate to this. You get to the end of every curling season, you're like, oh my God, get me off the ice. I want to go home. I want to see my family. I want to golf. Shit, sometimes I even miss going to my job. I want to go to work. So it's like, but through all this, being home and training in my little home gym and not being able to practice and see my friends, my family, it's like, and then I was so giddy for the Scotties to start. I'm like, man, I love curling. It's been a huge part of my life. And sometimes you take it for granted because you've won so much, or you're spoiled. You're in the slams and all the Briars and the Olympics and the blah, blah. But now I'm like, I just want to curl, man. I want to see my friends. All the teams I hate, like Heroux, Jacobs, Epping, all those guys. I'm like, I miss those guys. I love them too.
You're going to kiss them.
What's that?
You're going to kiss them.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but I mean, I do miss the camaraderie of the teams and having a drink with everybody. And even though we can't do that in the Briar, I think it'll be nice to see everybody and get out there and compete. My competitive juices are not doing good playing monster trucks and doing TikToks with my daughter. So I need to get back out there.
Where are the TikToks? We got to see the TikToks.
Buddy, they're never. She doesn't have a real account. She's like 7. My wife, and I'm like, those aren't ever going online. Those are for us to entertain each other at home. So that's it for us.
But Ben, you do bring up a good point. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Like that old song, you weren't even born, but back in the 70s. Let me just bring my very official pool standings, though.
Colleen has her little whiteboard here, but we can also bring up a digital board. We want you to go through the pools with us.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Colleen's blacked out. I can't see her. I only got Devin.
I mean, this is how the show started tonight for me. I couldn't even see Colleen. So
Colleen. Okay, there we go. I got that.
Good.
Okay. Colleen, we're going to go through the pools right now. You've got your whiteboard. Thank goodness for that. Benny, let's go through Pool A. What are you liking? It's early in the Scotties still, but what are you liking in Pool A?
I mean, guys, here's the deal. I've been watching every draw. I've been involved. I've been really enjoying it. If anybody can upset the top 4 teams, I'd be very, very surprised. I think you're seeing a gap. But Laura Walker at 2-0, I do love that. She's beaten some two decent teams as well. She hasn't had the easiest game, so I love her start. But I watched Einarson last night. They looked like they haven't missed a beat. They looked real sharp. And then, obviously, I think I see some stuff online. Rachel's pregnant, and take it easy year for her. Ooh, did they look nasty this afternoon? Ooh, I want nothing to do with them right now because they looked really, really good. And so, obviously them and Einarson, I know they're the front runners coming in. I can't go off of that. I think the only person I could see making a little noise outside of that would be Laura Walker. Now, saying that, I didn't really know who Beth Peterson was. She got in on the wild card spot. They looked good. And I'll tell you what, if they play that good against a lot of those teams, they're getting into the championship pool. Right. Rachel's team was just on a little bit of a killer mission today and just let everybody know what's up still. They were kind of letting everyone know. But Beth Peterson played a great game. They made a lot of great shots. I love their strategy. They just ran into the ultimate buzzsaw today.
Yeah, it was closer than I think the score dictated. Can we look at Pool B? That was great, Benny. Can we look at Pool B? Colleen, you can chime in too. What do we think? I think Suzanne Burt could be the dark horse. Maybe not even the dark horse, right? She's so good.
So I love Suzanne Burt. I've been a big fan of hers forever. She always goes to the Scotties and puts on a show and makes a ton of shots. But that game this morning against Saskatchewan, I was all pumped. Watch my home province, Saski. It was like. How do we say this politely on CBC Sports, guys?
Yeah, you say, hey, you win it. You win it. No, you take it. No, you take it. No,
it was just like I love them both. I want to see nothing but great shots. It was a full-on it was a club game. It was bad. The ice look. I just couldn't figure out the ice. Couldn't hit the rings. Flashing open hits. And then the way the game ended, I was like, oh my God, get me to the afternoon. But I do like Suzanne Burt. Sorry, I keep calling her Suzanne Goody. But yeah,
that's because we watched Suzanne Goody beat Steph Lawton in that game.
Yeah, right. So
back in the day.
I do like Suzanne to make the championship pool. I think that's probably as far as she's going to get because, I think motivated Jennifer Jones after maybe having a soft year there and a little bit maybe, rejuvenation with Lisa there and Lisa wanting to beat her old team. And I think, her and Caitlin have been maybe under performing because those are two excellent curlers. And if they're motivated and they really want to win, I think like what I talked about coming in, when something's taken away from you, I think that probably same feeling for Jen and Caitlin. I could see them making some noise. I would never bet against Jennifer Jones at the Scottie ever. And you know what? I really like Tracy Fleury's team, and I like them just as much with Chelsea Carey. So people forget, Chelsea Carey is like this. No one gives her enough respect, and she won a couple Scotties and this and that, and her team leaves her. Chelsea Carey's a nasty curler, and she's a skip. She's won two Scotties as a skip, and I think her team actually got to curl with Liz and Selena last year at the Continental Cup. They're great players. They're very, very good. So I think if they can play good, they're looking for a little bit of lightning in a bottle because they got a new skip and they don't have kind of that camaraderie team going on. But I think if they find it, they could be nasty. And my computer's dying. I hate to cut you short, but I did the best I could here.
Yeah, you
did a hell of a job, Benny.
I love that you kept me till the end so that everyone would stay for the whole show. You guys are
exactly. Hey, that was.
I love you guys.
See you later.
Benny, come back on the show anytime.
Hey, you guys have a great week. I'll be watching. If you need me, give me a shout.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
See you guys.
Awesome. The Sheet Show. Try to say that 5 times fast.
We got a wrap call. We're going into more curling tonight.
I know. Where's my little scoreboard of who's playing? Oh my gosh, Manitoba and Kerri, Jones and Kerri. I can't wait.
Chelsea Carey, Jennifer Jones have featured game tonight. I'm pumped for that.
So awesome. Thanks for joining us. Did we do roll call? Did we remember?
Well, I tweeted it out. We're doing it live. Good night, good curling, good luck, all of that. Take care, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.